Okay, we are here for help on solving absolute value equations. I know it's the worst topic ever. That's why I'm creating this video. Hopefully it'll be a lot less confusing after we review these three main steps. There are special cases, but these are really the three main steps. The first is using inverse operations to isolate the absolute value expression, meaning to isolate the term within those absolute value symbols. We usually isolate for just the variable. In problems like this, we have to isolate the absolute value expression first. Then you rewrite the resulting equation as two cases that do not involve absolute value. So you'll remove the absolute value bars, but then you have to have two equations. One where the term within the absolute value bars is positive, and one where the absolute value term inside the bars is negative. There'll be an example, so don't worry. Before we see the example, I want you to know special cases when there's not two solutions. If your absolute value expression, once it's isolated on one side of the equal sign, so the absolute value of x plus 3 equals 0, you know there's only one solution. There's no opposite of 0. So you only need one solution. You just know x plus 3 equals 0, therefore x equals negative 3. When you know there's a tricky question and there are no solutions, that's once you get the absolute value term isolated on one side of the equal sign and it equals negative. And you say to yourself, that can't be. Absolute value can never be negative. So you know there's no solutions. Okay. If at any point you need to pause to take it all in, do so. So let's take a look at this instance where there are going to be two solutions. I'm going to let you know that ahead of time. We want this on its own. We want the absolute value of x plus 6 isolated on one side of the equal sign. So, let's go ahead. Trust me, take care of the constant term first. You can't just divide this by negative 5 and that by negative 5 and just forget about 23. So get rid of that constant term. This will leave negative 150 on this side and negative 5 times the absolute value of x plus 6. I say times because some of you were thinking that you could just add 5, but no, this is negative 5 multiplied by the absolute value of x plus 6. So in order to get this isolated, we have to divide by negative 5. That's when you get it isolated, and x plus 6, absolute value of x plus 6, equals 30. Now we can set up two scenarios. One where x plus 6 equals 30, and one where x plus 6 equals negative 30. Just think about that for a second. If x plus 6 equals negative 30, this would be the absolute value of negative 30, and it still does make this equation true where it would equal 30. So there are two different situations. I'll let you solve it from here in whatever way you want, but I'm just going to do a little bit of mental math and know that x equals 24, because 24 plus 6 equals 30, and x equals negative 36 here, since I know negative 36 plus 6 equals negative 30. I hope this helps. If there are any questions, please ask. Again, you could always rewatch it, pause where you're a little confused, but I know you got it. Great work.